Hello, my guys. Your boy, your man, Eua is here again. I started with importation, that we shouldn't think of about importing things that are just going to last for a few months and then new one will come. We keep doing those that. Then I went again into electricity. Today, something really is affecting me, and that's the African education. African education is something that really, really pains me because I found out that the things that is affecting African education, most especially Nigerian education, is that there are too many private schools in Nigeria. Why do we have private schools? Because the people at the top, the people who are supposed to govern the country, are actually killing the country because they are killing the educational system. I can imagine schools will go on strike for months, some even years, and they won't do nothing about it. And then they're having private universities, private secondary schools that will never go on strike. And who do you find in these private settings? The top guys, those who can pay. Then some groups also join them, and that is the churches. And the churches now start making money from members, setting up churches and setting up universities, setting up schools that their members cannot actually attend. And now another group opening schools, but their schools is substandard. And these are graduates who couldn't find themselves jobs. And so all they need to do is to come together in twos and threes, and they now set up schools in order to make ends meet. Now, it didn't stop there. So these schools that are set up by graduates, they give the best. But unfortunately, they don't have the facilities to stand out as schools. It's really pathetic. The ones that have the finance to set up the schools, they get the good graduates, they get everyone on board, but they are killing the state and the federal school. But what I think is, I am praying for one big boy, one man who has a very strong spirit, who will get into the educational system and cancel the existence of private school. Don't get me wrong, in Europe and America, there are private schools, but these private schools, the numbers are very few because we have more states and federal schools than they have more federal and state schools than the private schools. To be sincere with you, the private schools are meant for special kind of people, those who actually have the money. But here in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, we've got private schools everywhere. And that's not going to help the country. It's not going to help the nations in general. So, the government, the leaders, should find a way to cut down the number of private schools. To cut down, to make it look like if you want to have a private school, you must have certain stuff. And if you don't have these, you cannot call yourself a private school. Some private schools are called private schools. They don't have enough scientific materials. They don't have technical materials. Yeah, they only have the management kind of, books, and they tag them as private schools. We should help our nation, Nigeria. We should help the masses, those who cannot afford to put their kids in private schools. Nigerians are very enlightened people. They want to study, they want to get into school. But when they don't have the means to get into, then the number of illiterates will start to increase. Please, our leaders, I'm looking out for few persons who could go into the educational system and stop all this rubbish and put all these private schools out of the market. Because if the state schools are on, those teachers who are setting up miniature schools will no longer be thinking of setting up a caricature kind of school, but rather they will get into a puppet job because they know they will be paid. Now, to wind it up, we have hundreds, thousands of Nigerians coming abroad to study. Why can't the government send lecturers to study here, learn all the techniques and everything, come back home and build? The money the African students are paying to get into schools here is enough. It's enough to have a proper school in Nigeria. If we have God knows how many private schools, I haven't done the findings, but I can tell you the numbers of private universities is more than the numbers of state and federal universities in Nigeria. So that means even the private universities are not doing the right thing. Because if they are doing the right thing, students shouldn't be traveling out of Nigeria to foreign land to come and study. The schools should send their lecturers to come and study so that they can impart the same knowledge they are looking out for in Nigeria. Please pass this on and let us change our nation, Nigeria, and let us change our country or our continent, Africa. Africa needs to change. Africa needs to be a place where these foreigners will also want to come back to, and then we will stand out. I won't go further on this. I will pick up another topic as I'm cracking on, but still find me on all the social media on this platform. My name still remains Eyua. Enjoy yourself. Ciao.